Hey everybody, coming up in this month's episode, I'm going to keep reviewing more on the topic of informational interviews, and that's something that you'll definitely want to stick around and listen for, especially if you're somebody wanting to change careers or change industries altogether. And many people in the U.S. job market are doing that right now. Also in this episode, I'll share about 2 tips that will help you search out a professional to contact for your informational interview. Also, we've got our Purposeful Point segment, so you want to make sure you get that one helpful idea or takeaway from this episode. And then at the very end, I've got a special bonus just for you. I've got a special third tip to help you as you're searching out professionals to contact for your informational interview. So you want to make sure you stick around to the very end, keep watching, keep listening. All that and more coming up in this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast, and that starts right now. Hey everybody, welcome to this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast. I'm Randy Mahoney Jr., your host. I'm glad that you're with us here on this month's episode. If you are new to our podcast, we are a seasonal career podcast, and our goal in each episode is we want to help you go from career confused to being a purposeful person in the work aspect of your life. And the way that we do that, we offer advice, education, and encouragement to help you in your career journey. And we try to do all that within 20 to 30 minutes in each podcast episode during our podcast seasons. And our podcast seasons run from roughly January to June each year. So again, glad that you're with us on this episode. So what do we mean in our podcast episode when we say we want you to become a purposeful person? Well, as you engage with our podcast episodes, as you work on applying the things that we talk about, as you act on what you hear about, what you learn about in these episodes, that's you taking more of a purposeful step in your career journey, and that's you becoming more of a purposeful person. So glad you're with us here on this month's episode. Okay, so for this month's topic, we're going to be talking about searching out professionals for your informational interview, and I'm excited to talk with you about this topic. For this month's topic, as I was prepping for this episode, I knew that I wanted to kind of do a little bit of an update on an older podcast episode that I did in a previous podcast season. In a previous podcast season, I talked a little bit more about what is an informational interview. I'll do a brief kind of definition of it here. So if you've not heard of an informational interview before, it's more of a learning type of interview. And it's when you're really trying to connect with another professional who is doing a job that you would like to do, or they're working for a company that you would like to work for. And really the point of that informational interview is you're really trying to get honest information to help you evaluate, if this career option makes sense for you, or if you really would like to work for that specific type of company. So that's that kind of helps give you a foundation for starting this kind of episode. In this month's episode, again, we're talking about searching out professionals for your informational interview. And again, this is kind of a bringing an update to an older podcast episode that we brought to you back in a previous podcast season. So to start out this topic, I've got two great ways to help you prepare and search out professionals for your informational interview. So let me go ahead and bring my slides up here, so you should be able to see this okay on my screen. So with preparing and searching out professionals for your informational interview, the first place that I really wanted to put in front of you as we started out this topic was one of the best places to search out professionals to contact and really learn from for things like that, whether you're wanting to change careers or whether you're wanting to change industries altogether, is to use LinkedIn's search features or LinkedIn's search functionality. So I don't have screen grabs or anything on my slides, but if you've used the LinkedIn professional networking platform, if you go up to the very top of their interface, it might look different whether you're on their smartphone app or if you're using their website. But really, LinkedIn search features, it gives you a lot of detail that you can search with. You can search by someone's specific company that they work for. You can search by their job title. You can search by whether they are a first degree connection, second degree, third degree connection on LinkedIn. The sky is the limit, to kind of use that old adage there. The other thing I'll say too is LinkedIn search features. A lot of it can really be helpful for you as a job seeker, career changer, especially with the search terms that you use. So, as an example, you might use LinkedIn to search for someone who is a customer service manager. And that might be the search term that you choose to search with. And then the results that you get, it will give you many, many different people who have, customer service manager or something similar. Maybe it's a work experience on their profile or it's in their LinkedIn headline. So there's really a lot that you can do with LinkedIn search features, especially today. The reason, I wanted to talk with you about LinkedIn, especially today in today's more modern U.S. job searches. That entire job search process has moved to be primarily online. I wouldn't say it's fully online, but a big reason for that, besides the advent of the internet, computers, and things like that, is the growth and development of LinkedIn as a tool. So if you've not heard of LinkedIn before, if you've not used LinkedIn search features before, I definitely would encourage you. That can be a great way where you can research other professionals to contact for your informational or learning kind of interview. It can really give you really quick, easy ways to try to connect with someone else who might be doing a job that you would like to do, or who's working for a company that you would like to work for. So that's the first way that you can really search out a professional to try to connect with. The second way that I wanted to put in front of you for this month's episode, besides using LinkedIn search, another way that you can search for professionals to contact to really, conduct a professional learning interview, informational interview, is to really use specific company websites. In order to do this, this really works off of you as a job seeker, a career changer, or someone maybe even wanting to go into a completely different industry. It really starts by you having a very clear career goal in mind. So whether you've got a very specific job of interest or jobs of interest that you want to go into, using specific company websites mean that you know of specific companies in your certain field or the field you want to change or go into. You're aware of companies who might be hiring for that, so that can really help you narrow down your search. Let's say if we're going into more of a customer service type of role, and you were trying to target customer service roles in more of the retail service type of industry. If you were going to use specific company websites to help you narrow down your search, you might use some search terms to search for, popular retail companies. Maybe it's retail companies that you like to shop at as a customer, and maybe you look, and that might help you kind of make a starting list of what could be maybe some retail companies, websites that you could look up. And so I hope that example is starting to click for you of what you've got to really have a clear career goal, some more of clear kind of direction in mind when you're starting to look at specific company websites to search out professionals that you could contact for an informational or a learning type of interview. But the reason I wanted to talk about using specific company websites for your informational interview is once you're on a specific company's website, you can really see, do they have a staff listing page? Do they have more of a blog page or a newsroom page where you can start to really drill down, and maybe through some research or some, scouring some of their reports or staff listing page, do they have professionals who are doing the type of job that you would like to do, who are, who might be hiring managers at that kind of company, as an example. So that can be really helpful to kind of get the ball rolling for you finding professionals who might work at your specific company or a company you'd like to work for. It can really help your informational interview search in a little bit more of a clear kind of step-by-step kind of way. So real quick, we'll kind of review a little bit. The first way that I would say to you that can really help you if you're wanting to prep for an informational interview or a learning kind of interview, number one, you want to really pay attention and look at using LinkedIn's search features. There's a lot of details in there, a lot of great things involved with that. And then number two, you want to really, with your clear career goal, clear job or jobs of interest in mind, you really want to start to use specific company websites to help guide your search as well, to help you research other professionals that you can contact, send a professional, informational interview kind of message to or email to ask them questions about their career path and different things like that. So those are the two helpful ways that I would say to you that could really help you get started in doing an informational interview, trying to search out a contact for an informational interview. But even more than that, if you're trying to have an informational interview or set some things up, you might find that as you're trying to, do your due diligence and have or plan an informational interview, you might also find that as part of your bigger picture or long-term job search process, you might find that, some other things might be, you might be struggling in, trying to find specific types of positions that you want to go into. Maybe you decide that you want to pivot to work more in a hybrid fashion, maybe work from home a couple of days and then go into an office. Or maybe you said that you're trying to change job options altogether and you know for yourself that you want to work completely from home, have the flexibility and other things like that. Well, as a way to try to help you, I want to encourage you in the many, many years, almost 8-9 years now, with folks that I've worked with who've wanted to work hybrid, who've wanted to work remotely. I've seen so many people who want to work remotely or take steps to work remotely. They have, maybe they've done some informational interviews, but beyond that, as part of getting into their job search process, they've seemed to go into more of a random way about it. And that's really helped them, unfortunately, end up frustrated, stressed out, and seeming that there might not be, a positive way to kind of, find a remote job or take steps to do that. But as a way to try to help you, I'd love it if you would check out, and I think this would be very, very valuable for you, check out a career training that I put together. It's called Real Help for Remote Work. If you're somebody who, if you're in the midst of doing informational interviews right now, maybe you're trying to, learn from someone who works exclusively from home, or maybe you are trying to, make a career pivot to work from home a couple days a week, and you want to start to take on a hybrid work option for yourself, or maybe you want to make the full jump into working remotely. I really do think that my career training, Real Help for Remote Work, it will give you a very purposeful, intentional set of steps that you can follow to really try to find a remote job or take steps to work remotely. But beyond all that, if you want to check out the Real Help for Remote Work training, many different versions available. There's an audio version, a video version, and even there's an audio video bundle altogether. The easiest way for you to do that is you can actually visit our website, WWPcast.com/real help for remote work. And there's a dash between each word. Again, if you want to take steps to work remotely completely for yourself as part of your career journey, or if you want to, take steps to move into more of a hybrid role and then get to working remotely as part of your longer term career plans, I would want to invite you to check out our career training, Real Help for Remote Work. You can visit our website, www.pcast.com/real-help-for-remote-work. Again, many different versions available for that. There's an audio format, video format, and then an audio video bundle, which also all of these include, a helpful PDF workbook as well to kind of keep you engaged as well. So again, check out our career training, Real Help for Remote Work. All right. So again, thanks so much for hanging with us so far on this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast. I've been talking with you about 2 quick ways that that can help you search out a professional to contact for your informational interview. And as we get towards almost the end of this month's episode, like we normally do, I want to put in front of you something that give you one quick idea, one quick takeaway that you can take with you as you leave this episode. We call it the Purposeful Point. So right now, let's get into this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast and our segment called the Purposeful Point. So for this month's Purposeful Points segment, we talked about those 2 quick ways to help you search out a professional, to help you prepare for an informational interview. But I would say as we kind of almost wrap up this episode, the one key idea or one key takeaway I would encourage you to take with you as we finish up this episode is I really want to encourage you to embrace the idea of planning, of diligence, of research as you go about trying to prepare for your informational interview. So whether you choose to go with more of using LinkedIn's search functionality to help you search out a contact to connect with for your professional informational interview or learning interview, or whether you choose to look more at specific company websites, I hope what you have been understanding or starting to see so far is that it's not necessarily going to happen by osmosis. It might actually be better, help you more quickly do happen with anything that you can do to make a plan for it, be diligent with it, and work your plan, plan your work, and then work your plan as it says. So again, as we get to the end of this episode, this month's purposeful point, and really embrace that idea of planning, diligence, research to help you search out contacts to help you do your professional or informational learning kind of interview. All right, so appreciate you hanging with us so far and watching and listening this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast. Since that you stuck around to the very end of this month's episode, as promised, I want to put in front of you the special 3rd bonus tip of how you can actually search for and connect with a professional, whether you're setting up an informational or a learning kind of interview. And the special bonus tip is this. So the special bonus tip is you want to really look at professional associations or trade associations. Now, if you've not heard of those types of professional groups before, pretty much any type of industry or career field, they will have professional groups or trade associations. And really what's great about that is it's basically a lot of professionals who are doing a certain job or who are in a certain industry, and they're all in one place. And what's great about that is a lot of times for you as a professional, maybe you are wanting to stay in your current career field or you're wanting to maybe change and go into a new industry. A lot of times those professional groups, someone who chooses to pay and become a member of that trade association or that professional group, when someone pays to become a member, somebody gets access to many different benefits that are part of that. So every professional group or trade association will vary on the kind of benefits that they offer. Many will choose to offer a members only job bank that could really help you in your job search process as well. A lot of times too, many of those professional groups will offer what's called a members only directory. And this is the secret sauce of where professional groups or trade association groups, where they can really help your informational interview, is that when you're a member of your specific professional or trade association, when you can really use that members directory, if they have that and you have access to it, to really research and see, hey, who could be great, potential contacts that you could reach out to, send them your professional informational interview kind of message, and start the connection of that going. Maybe have a chance to do a video meeting with them, ask them questions about their career path, and really learn from them. So hope you found that helpful. That extra bonus tip that you can use professional associations and trade associations to help you search out contacts, search out professionals for your informational interview. All right. So beyond all that actually brings us to the end of this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast. I want to thank you so much for watching and for listening to this month's episode. A couple of things as we wrap up here. If you have any career questions that you would like to share with us, an easy way for you to do that is you can actually visit our website, WWPcast.com/ask. That's WWPCast.com/ASK. When you go there, that'll actually bring you to our live career question form. And then when you get there, you can fill in your information. You can put in your career questions. And then in the weeks and months between episodes and things like that for us here at the Work with Purpose podcast, I'll have a chance to look at those. And then you might have that answered in a future podcast episode. It might show up on a future video on our YouTube channel and all the other places that we have, maybe on another career resource that we develop in the future and things like that. So again, if you have a career question, easy way to get that answered, visit our website, www.pcast.com/ask. I wanted to say to you as well is that if you have liked our podcast so far, if you're finding our informational purposeful, encouraging, helpful, kind of meeting you right where you are in your life, in the work aspect of your life, I want to invite you to help us keep making career content. We have so many different career content pieces, different things that we offer you. We've got ebooks, career training. I talked about one of those earlier in our episode. But if you want to check out all that we have to offer, all in one place, I want to invite you to visit our most important links page. That's at our website, www.pcast.com/most-important-links. There's a dash between each word. Again, you can visit our most important links page, www.pcast.com/most-important-links. That can give you a good collection of a lot of our different career resources and things like that all in one place. You can take a look at those. So again, thanks so much for checking those out. And then with all that brings us to the end of this month's podcast episode. I want to thank you so much for watching and for listening, for engaging with us here on the Work with Purpose podcast. And as we finish up here, I'm Randy Mahoney Jr. Thank you so much for watching and listening on this month's episode of the Work with Purpose podcast. And I want to end by encouraging you with two quick things. Here they are. Number one, you've been made with purpose, so work with purpose. And then number two is this: the best work that you can ever do is to serve and help someone else using your unique gifts, talents, and abilities, and to do all that for the glory of Jesus Christ. I'll see you next time.